She has resiliency down to a fine art. A tough-as-nails 101-year-old Brooklyn woman took up coloring to cope with grief after her daughter's death, and is churning out the detail-oriented art despite being blind in one eye. Josephine Nigro, who defied odds by surviving an early case of COVID-19, lights up the pages of her grown-up coloring books with a rainbow of gel pens to cope with the stress and sadness of life. It takes you away from reality for a little while. It doesn't promise you cure, but it promises a diversion, so that's my hobby. I love it, said Nigro, of Borough Park, who was born in Brooklyn in March 1923. A friend got Nigro, who is affectionately nicknamed Grandma Jo, her first coloring book a decade ago after her only child, Linda Vitale, died of breast cancer, she said. When she died, I thought I'd go out of my mind, Nigro said, adding she needed an outlet for her crushing sadness. A friend mailed me a coloring book with markers, but I had no artistic ability or desire for it. But since she was so kind to send it, I said I would try, she said, adding she soon fell in love with the hobby. Despite having no vision in one eye, the spunky centenarian now uses a magnifying glass to color perfectly inside the lines, with some help from an aide. I can't really distinguish between an orange and other colors, but if I say, give me a purple, that's what they give me, and then I kind of balance the colors, she said, adding she colors every day for an hour. It's all freestyle. The feisty fogey, who worked as a stenographer in her younger days, was coloring a flower as she joyfully sang along to a Rod Stewart tune when the Post visited her Friday. In 2021, Nigro fell ill from COVID-19 but managed to recover despite her age with some help from the art to lift her spirits. I was sick, but it was tolerable and I went through the usual thing, but it wasn't extreme and I was healed. I made it. I went through it, she said. Nigro, who adores fashion and big band music, considers herself lucky to still be mentally sharp. Thank heaven my brain is working. I really don't feel my age. I don't dwell on it. I don't think of being young. As you get older, just accept your good fortune, she said. When she gets down she gives herself a pep talk, telling herself, who is that old person? It can't be me. Karen Lewis, one of her friends, called her a firecracker with plenty of enthralling stories about her long life. She is amazing. She has a lot of spunk. I like to hear her stories about her life. She amazes all the time, Lewis said. Her grandson, who is a prosecutor in Virginia, now has her artwork hanging in his office, Nigro said. Ultimately, the key to a long, happy life is helping other people, and not folding when times are tough, she said.